Lugansky. Now, I think all the witnesses for your testimony. I'm going to go to the members, and the chairman of the full committee, Bruce Westerman, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Gosar, and again, thank you to the witnesses for your testimony today. You know, I go from great excitement to great distress when I think about mining in the U.S. I'm excited because as the nerd I am, I like to go to our national research laboratories and see the cool things that they're doing, and I see all the innovation out there. I know Colorado School of Mines and other mining schools around the country and engineering programs, they're graduating some really good people, not enough of them, but some really good people, some really innovative people. The technology advancements that we're having, I get really excited about what we can do. And I also get excited because I know as these gentlemen to my right talk, Mr. Begich is going to probably tell you that in the Ambler District in Alaska, there's 49 it used to be 49 out of 50. I think we've increased the critical minerals list, but 49 out of 50 at one point of the critical minerals on the critical minerals list were in sufficient quantities in the Ambler District, just in one region in the great state of Alaska. If Mr. Stauber doesn't talk about northern Minnesota and copper and platinum and palladium and nickel and the great deposits up there, then we got Utah and Arizona. All of them have great stories about how our country's blessed with abundance of minerals and how we all know how we need those. I don't think anybody disagrees that we need more minerals and elements, and they're critical to our economy and our national security. We've got all the potential in the world. We got the best innovators. I know one thing I saw, and Mr. Lugansky, I think you were maybe referring to this, incorporating oil and gas technology into mining. At the Pacific Northwest National Laboratories, they were doing a program where they drilled like a horizontal well into it was actually a copper and nickel deposit in Minnesota, injected high-pressure CO2, carrying a chemical solution that I'm about to get way out past my knowledge in this area, but it essentially dissolved the nickel. They could pump it back up to the surface, separate the nickel, and reuse this chemical solution. What you're talking about there is deep mining with no shaft, with no pit, no tailings, like a major advancement in being able to extract these minerals and elements that we need without doing all the digging that often goes with that. I was with Secretary Wright at Iowa State just this past summer, and in talking about recycling, they've developed, I think they call it tertiary extraction, where they have these chemicals that they grind up used computer equipment, and they're able to reclaim all of the different elements and minerals that were in this equipment. And I get so excited. Then I see that it takes us forever to implement this technology, and I get depressed. But we've got a solution for that. We've got the SPEED Act that I think will help us in many different areas to help us recycle more, help us mine more. I don't think anybody believes we can do all of this through recycling, and the testimony has been that we need to do more in mining. And I want to ask all of you one thing or maybe two things. What can we do to make the cycle shorter, to get these elements and minerals in the marketplace quicker? Because this also is going to create great paying jobs, and it'll help grow our economy. It'll even help with our federal debt if we can mine more of our materials. So your top issues, we'll start with you, Mr. Donahoe.
Thank you. I'm also excited and scared on a pretty regular basis by our mining industry, and I agree we have incredible educational institutions, graduating people. I would say increase and continue to fund surveying pre-competitive data sets. That is incredibly useful for companies like ours. I'd also say require the publication of drill cores after a confidentiality period in exploration. Australia does that. And so if someone drills for gold and they don't find gold, but they hit cobalt, in America, that might just sit in a company warehouse for a long time, and that company might go out of business. In Australia, after 5 or so years, very similar to our oil industry here in the US, you have to publish that. And so That I would love to see. It's all about data for us.
Thank you for the question. I think obviously mining how long it takes. I think what we're also forgetting is that there's enough material out there sitting in what people call tailings, mining tailings, waste across several decades of use and reuse and mine materials in this country. It's time for all of us to, focus on how we can recover enough valuable materials from those resources. I don't think enough attention is being paid to that. So if I were to request one area to look at, it would be how quickly can we standardize understanding what is sitting in these materials and how quickly we can bring them to market, because we have the technology to process them. It's just that a lot of people are not spending time characterizing what's in these tailings that are sitting around, including coal tailings. I mean, there's a lot of rare earths sitting in several of these materials. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. And I believe that doubling down as a nation on investment in fundamental research and development will drive the future of our workforce. And thanks for the support on the Mining Schools Act. I believe that that's an important step as we look at the people who will actually be in this industry in the future, and having them excited about the potential to make this a better world, and to do that very, very intelligently. So research and workforce.
Thank you for the question. As a company that has long heritage of research and development, we believe that a lot of the technologies we have need to be now tested and applied. You mentioned in situ mining just in your question. And in situ mining requires certain collaboration with potentially national labs or universities where we can, and companies that have the resource where we can install these 2 wells and start pumping the leaching agents so that we can extract nickel, copper, or any other metals. And I believe that we already seen collaboration between the private industry and the public laboratories and universities, but some of it requires also external funding, as just using our own private funds for this is not sufficient.
Great questions from the chairman.